first on this Earth Day as part of our 50 over 50 series. We'd like to note the women past the age of 50 who are doing pivotal work in the push for a sustainable environment. From Irma Munoz to Dr. Beverly Wright to Maya Lin, from Sophie Maxwell to Rachel Kite to Ann Simpson, the list of these incredible women is quite long, proving once again that women over 50 are a tremendously powerful age group. Let's bring in Chief Content Officer of Forbes Media and editor of Forbes, Randall Lane. Also with us for this conversation, Morning Joe producer and Know Your Values, Daniela Pierre Bravo. She's the co-author of Earn It and a contributor, along with me, for this Forbes mini list that we put here on Morning Joe. This topic's amazing, and at the top of the list, Daniela, Dr. Sylvia Earle, who she's 85. I mean, we run the gamut on age here. When we talk about over 50, the power of this demographic goes 40 years into the future. Yeah, she's 85. She's a marine biologist, oceanographer, and founder of Mission Blue, a nonprofit that helps bring awareness, education, and protection to the ocean and its preservation. She is the first female chief scientist at NOAA, Time Magazine's Hero of the Year in 1988 for her work on the environment. She's such a pioneer in the oceanography and marine ecosystem research. Randall, I still can't get this fact wrapped around my brain. She has spent over 7,000 hours underseas exploring, and 7,000 hours, which is a little bit under 300 days, almost a year. And she has brought us so much rich research on marine biolife, ecosystem, and obviously that has such an impact on how we see this world and the fight towards climate change here.
And you're right, it's not just how much time she spent under, but what she's done under there. In 1979, she set the world record for the deepest untethered dive. She was 1,250 feet below sea level, walking with nothing attached to her. Think about that, not just as a feat and not just as a physical feat, but as a woman role model. And this is more than 40 years ago. She talked about when she got into science. I mean, we're talking 6-7 decades ago. And she says it seemed like a guy thing. And she has been a real role model way ahead of her time and been a role model generation.
That is so cool. And Randall, second on our list is a baby in comparison. Yeah. Lisa Jackson is 56. Tell us about Lisa Jackson.
A child. Listen, she was known, she's best known to the viewers here for running the EPA in the Obama administration. And before that, she did that in New Jersey. But what's really interesting, she made news last week, was she's now the vice president of environmental policy and social initiatives at Apple. She reports directly to Tim Cook. And last week, Apple announced that they're going to put $200 million into what they're calling the Restore Fund. They're working with Goldman Sachs. And what they're going to do is invest in forests. And they're going to try to turn a profit. But they're also going to, as they're doing it, they're going to take carbon out of the air because they're going to invest sustainably in forests. So it's this idea of just capitalism. It's this idea of doing well while doing good. And we really need the private sector to take a lead here. Government alone cannot solve this, and Lisa Jackson is on the vanguard of that.
The final name on our list, Daniela Winona LaDuke, is 61. Tell us about her.
She's the founder of the White Earth Land Recovery Project, one of the largest reservation-based nonprofit organizations in the country. She's an executive director of Honor the Earth, which aims to educate and support funding for Native environmental groups. She's also an activist dedicated to sustainable development, renewable energy, and food systems, while specifically this has been her life's work addressing the economic and environmental concerns that Native American communities face.
So, also, Randall, there is an go ahead, Randall. Go ahead.
No, I was just pointing out she was also Ralph Nader's vice presidential candidate back in 2000. So if anybody recognizes her name, there she is.
There you go. We do have an unsung hero, 61-year-old Catherine Lucy. Randall, tell us about her.
Yeah, I mean, this is somebody who probably most people have never heard of. She's a former investment banker. She started something called Solar Sister, which is it's a social entrepreneur program in rural Africa. And what it does is empowers women entrepreneurs. She was, Lucy was an investment banker in the energy sector. She saw that energy solutions are a way to lift people out of poverty. Muhammad Yunus, who won the Nobel Peace Prize for his work in helping for women, it's really women, notice that when you give money to men in developing countries, they'll often spend it. You give it to women, they'll invest it. And what she's doing is she's empowering women to be entrepreneurs through sustainable energy, giving them solar lights, clean cook stove, and letting them sell them. So she's creating entrepreneurs and she's creating solutions for the environment. Amazing, amazing story.
All right, Forbes, Randall Lane and Daniela Pierre-Bravo, thank you both as always. And go to knowyourvalue.com or Forbes.com and click on 50 over 50 to learn more about these women and about our upcoming list. It's about 6 weeks away. It's going to be amazing.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.